What's the problem with these farm bills? Hello everyone,
I'm Rahul Devdhar.
I am Prasanna Naidu and you are listening to the Right Views podcast. So, in the second episode of our podcast, we had discussed these bills and we discussed in detail about how these markets are run, like the APMC market and all. And Rahul sir also discussed his model of smart agricultural management system. So, we'll not get into that. If you want to know about that, you can just check out that episode. It's the second episode. We'll also mention the link of that episode in our bio below. And to start with the current events going on, these farmer protests going on, and I also heard, I also read some articles where people are claiming that Maoist elements are involved, Khalistani elements are involved. Then I also read a demand letter of the farmer organization, which was not at all professionally drafted, and there was even drafting mistakes in that. So I don't know how serious is that organization claiming for their demands. But one of those demands was to release anti-CAA protesters also. And also, we linked that news article in this bio of this episode, so you can check that out too. So, and you can figure out how is the link with anti-CAA protesters and with these farm bills. So, I didn't get that, but if you can, please explain it to us, tweet us, and explain it to us. Okay, so Rahul sir, let's start with this. These things will go on. We don't want to get into that. Let's start with your problems with the bill. You have told me before that there are some genuine problems with the bills too, which must be discussed and changed. So, what are those?
Yes, actually, that's very interesting because in all this hype, the genuine concerns about these bills are not being addressed. And, let me put it straight up front that these bills are overall good for the farmers. But as any, I was thinking of a term called governmenting. So governmenting is basically a term which I have concocted of which means that achieving the exact opposite effect of what you desired and put in the law. So actually what happens is that if you don't have proper procedures in place, and if the law provides for something which is not very appropriate, then you end up with a problem. So in this case, that is the same issue that I am highlighting in these bills. And this is not a major issue. It has to be discussed and it has to be debated. And that is the main concern that I have. And these are minor concerns. They have nothing to do with releasing Sarji Imam or CAA protesters of that sort. So one of the main things in the bill is that the dispute resolution mechanism in the contract farming bill, which we are shortly referring to as contract farming bill, is given with the magistrate, deputy magistrate in that region. Now, my experience from the ground is that whenever you put a government authority in charge of dispute resolution, the dispute always becomes bigger and larger. It never gets resolved. So either it goes into a legal process, again it will go through a process of courts and irritated delays for the farmer, or it will become unjust process where local politics and local let's say bribery, we can't say bribery, but what we can say is local considerations will play havoc. So my point is that there is a conciliation mechanism given where farmers will put up few representatives and the corporate will put up a few representatives, and they will arrive at a conciliation. This is fair, and you can put it into a process where there is a further arbitration, and this arbitration can be done by a farm society or of sorts. Okay, so it is possible to arrive at some sort of a dispute resolution mechanism which does not involve bureaucracy. I have no problem in involving arbitration or that kind of mechanism. In farms, the disputes are resolved by their, like common understanding. So it will be used in this case also. So that should work. The second part is that, let's say there is there the contracts, if you sign for, let's say, a mango, okay. So who will determine the quality of mango? Now quality of mango is determined very, very haphazardly. Now this is the role of government, to create agricultural institutions, or these agricultural colleges should come together and establish some standards for the mango. So mango, grade A mango will be like this. It will weigh certain, it will have certain weight per unit. It will have certain quality which can be measured or appreciated, and using, like measuring tools which are easily accessible to farmers and corporates, whoever is the buyer. So it should be a fair process to measure and map these things. So for example, if you want to buy grapes, okay, so grapes, you can't measure and map every grape. So there is a way to do it, and that way has to be acceptable, and the standards have to be developed, and they have to be uniform across the country, meaning there has to be a very detailed work on standards for all
Hmm.
variety of crops, all variety of, like there are varieties of mangoes, there are varieties of grapes, there are varieties of different farm produce, and there are also varieties of seeds. So let's say a corporate is providing you with seeds, fertilizers, pesticides, and whatever else it is providing you, the farm only is for labor, then farmer doesn't control the quality. That is clear. So whoever, so those things, those standard contracts, and one of the main things here is the establishment of standards and establishment of standard contracts. So standard contracts means what? It's like you have, it's a like a labor contract. Labor contract means the company will give you everything. You will just farm it in your soil, and whatever is the produce, the company will take. Now, if it is a good produce, good, then it will just be amount on the volume. Okay, how much produce you are able to take. If you are able to do 100 quintals, then you will get, let's say, 10 rupees per quintal extra. If you get 150 quintals, then you will get 20 rupees for that extra yield that you have given. If the quality, I mean, the quality is not done in control of the farmer. That's, so those things need to be evolved through interaction between agricultural universities, experts. The buyers, corporates also need to involve themselves in this, setting the standards and creating standard contract. So once you know, okay, this is a, labor contract, so then farmer is not held accountable for so many things. It quickly goes through the process. Now, many of these developments have happened because many companies are already procuring from farmers. Like Maza is procuring mangoes, just because we are discussing mangoes. ITC is procuring grains in a big way for its own business. And companies like Britannia and all, they are also purchasing grains. Haldirams is procuring in a big way. But the standards, establishing the standards, creating a nationwide standard contract, and that infrastructure, I think it should be the government in, creating a mechanism to set up this infrastructure. That is a very, very effort intensive task, and it has to be done at a national level, so that a Tamil Nadu rice can be compared with a Andhra rice, with Orissa rice. If the variety is different, yes. If the variety is same, the quality can be comparable. That all these things need to have that kind of granularity. So in, let's say,
I
our,
guess in international markets, these standards are followed, right?
yes. So international markets also, the standards have to be followed, but they, each country has its own standards. That's the,
Hmm.
it's a problem that way. And the standards are evolved based on their own like standards for Japanese rice are different because Japan cherishes its own rice. So Japanese don't consume non-Japanese rice because of state control, and there are lots of restrictions. So they prefer Japanese rice. But if you see the Japanese rice standard, you will not be able to meet those standards because it is so much problematically drafted that it is in Japan you will easily make that rice, but in Taiwan, which is close by, you cannot make that rice. You'll have to have a problem because it's geographically sourced. So you evolve standards for your own country.
Hmm.
Okay. So, but at the same time, standards have to be uniform. Okay. It can't be like, Andhra will have its own standard and, UP will have its own standard. Then you can't compare any of these two standards. So, if you have one country, you should have one set of standards. Yes, there can be variety of grades. Let there be like rice means there are 800 varieties of rice. कौन सा चाहिए तुमको? Let that be. But that once that is standardized, then you will get a very granular level contracting. And what happens is like for example, our industrial products or like screws, nuts, bolts, there is a bureau of industrial standards. Okay, so like American Society for Testing Metals, they have standards on metals, ASTM. Then there is Indian standards for ISI has got standards on variety of food related items, electronic related items. So variety of things have standards established. But the agricultural grain quality or agricultural produce quality, like how will you establish your cabbage and my you also grow cabbage, I also grow cabbage. How will you differentiate between your whatever is your cabbage and my cabbage? You say ki mine is whatever the fertilizer free, all this free, it's uh, you know
Natural.
natural organic cabbage,
Hmm.
but you are secretly putting fertilizers or you have put fertilizer for the last 10 years.
Hmm.
Then 11th year it is not organic. You have to have detox the soil. I have been doing 11 years no fertilizers, then my cabbage will be truly organic. Who will certify the organic? Someone has to be there, and that sort of thing has to be installed in place.
Okay.
Yeah, how to
Hmm.
establish these standards. Then we are talking about dispute resolution mechanism. Then there
Hmm.
is no way to store this crop. Like farmer and all is fine.
Hmm.
Okay, you can get the crop ready. Who will store it? Storage, who will pay? Company will take. If it doesn't take, then what? Because the infrastructure is not there. Suppose तुमने ट्रक भेजा, आया ही नहीं ट्रक, क्या करेगा? So there are all sorts of
आया
things.
ही नहीं ट्रक, आई मीन नहीं समझा मुझे.
See, what happens is that many of these there are delays at different points. Okay,
Hmm.
so for
Hmm.
example, you send the truck to pick
Hmm.
up, but the
Hmm.
truck did not reach to us as a farm gate
Okay.
for
Hmm.
whatever reason. The truck got another whatever reason it did not reach. Now, who will
Hmm.
pay for my farm produce loss? Who will pay for the loss of yeah? Who will get this quality
No,
tested? No,
the
let's say.
truck, the
Hmm.
the truck will return at some point. Now there may be some problem because but that's why it delayed.
Correct. If you got it
Huh.
3 days late, okay,
Hmm.
I had 100 quintals of fresh produce.
Hmm.
Now it's only 95 because 5 kilo kharab ho gaya. Who will pay for that?
Okay. Huh.
All those things need solution resolution in terms of mechanisms. Now who will evolve this mechanism? Government need not evolve, but there has to be a process to evolve this mechanism कि क्या होना चाहिए. That's why in SAMS what we said was कि you say कि whoever is going to pick up this from this area, you give the contract to one person. The transportation all contract will be given done by FedEx. I'm just using FedEx for example. So FedEx, because it has to pick up and the loss will be borne by FedEx. Now you know ki if I produce 100 quintals, you came and certified 100 quintals of grapes or whatever, 100 boxes of grapes are ready. Okay, today you are supposed to pick up today. Today 100 is ready. You are the inspector. You are certified. 100 is ready. So, truck is supposed to come at 10 o'clock. It doesn't come. It goes 3 days late. It comes. Now 5 boxes are damaged. So now 95 boxes are ready. Right? So FedEx was supposed to pick up today. It didn't pick up. So these 5 boxes lost. FedEx will pay. Now, to counter that, FedEx will actually install all the cold chain and all that, because they are the only ones who are going to pick up and service this sector, right? So they will
Hmm.
invest. That's the idea. So someone has to invest in that infrastructure. Now government can do it. Okay.
Hmm.
So again, the problem in Food Corporation of India and all is that there is not enough space. Food Corporation in India go down are full, overflowing. What to do?
Yeah, and there have been reports that the food is getting rotted there.
Exactly, because we have excess supply. And that is why I'm saying, when you say, and these farmers are, and these are not demands of the farmers, and these may be, like certain aspects which farmers are saying is not reasonable. Let's say farmers are saying, ki, you give me MSP on these crops.
So
Okay, we
MSP
can.
is the one of the biggest issue here in the farmers' demands. So yeah, what's the exact point there? Why they want MSP and so
See, there are two things that happen in an MSP kind of system. Okay. Basically, what happens is that farmers produce a crop, they put in a lot of effort, they put in a lot of money, investments, and they produce, let's say, they spend, let's say, 100 rupees and get a crop at, let's say, in November. They are ready with the crop, but so is everyone, right? So in November, if you go and try to sell that crop, you will get very poor price, because there may be, big uh, overproduction of that particular crop in that year. So the farmers are saying, ki, you definitely pay me MSP. Now MSP is calculated under that Swaminathan committee, which is cost of all the products, which are inputs, which means fertilizer, pesticide, seeds, cost of labor, cost of family labor, meaning like whatever labor I employ from outside plus whatever labor I employ myself, and all that cost put together, 50% extra margin on that, and then you will get the MSP. Okay. Now the thing is that if we take the MSP at MSP, if we buy this, we can buy in the market, open market at a lower price, and that is because at one time all 100 are producing the same crop. Suppose yes, in this season you got very high price for a particular variety of chili. Okay, guess which chili everyone is going to plant next time, and what is going to happen to that price of that variety of chili. So you need a
hmm,
mechanism to signal to the farmers ki itna, you don't need to produce this now. We don't need wheat and rice. We need pulses. Produce dal. But there is no mechanism to signal to them. And this is the problem with socialism. Because that mechanism, market gives you feedback. When market tells you that, we don't want rice. So rice is going to get 2 rupees per kg. If you give me
no, but
dal, I'll give
even
40.
if you, what kind of signal are you talking about? Are you talking about the incentive structure or something else?
Signal is basically from price. Ki how much amount of volume of rice do they want? How much of dal do they want? So let's say if not enough people are planting dal, then the participants in the market will start raising the price of dal. I want 10 tons of dal. So I will put up
Hmm.
this price. Okay, I want 10 tons of dal next, like March, April. Who is going to do that? So then the farmers will say, it's a 10 tons, then what price? 60 rupees I am going to pay. per ton, or whatever, 600 rupees per ton, or whatever that price is. So farmer will back calculate what is his cost of production, and he will make the decision. Why are you making a decision for him?
Hmm.
And market will figure it out.
Hmm.
So
But the
that,
concern over here is that the big corporates will kind of hijack the market, and to fight against these big companies, individual farmers especially will be very, like, they will be vulnerable to, like, they won't be able to fight these big companies.
see, farmers are not able to fight the middlemen, okay, because
Hmm.
middlemen are big, they are large, okay, and
Because middlemen is not only one person; they have their whole kind of ecosystem
correct,
connected, from
they're all in
politicians to
nexus,
everything. Yeah.
correct,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
you are compelled to sell to those middlemen.
Hmm.
Anyone, not selling is also option for farmer, right? Farmer say कि I'll not sell it to any corporate, तुम जाओ जो करना है करो.
Hmm.
So that is, there are two aspects to this. Okay, the bargaining power for corporates and farmers is disproportionate, and that is because there are so many variables, and there is not a standard language to talk when it comes to procuring. So तुम जाके बोल नहीं सकते कि मेरे को क्वालिटी ए का पोटैटो चाहिए. You cannot go and tell them कि I want grade A potato and I will pay 100 rupees for this grade A potato. Whereas if you give me grade B potato, I will pay only 80 rupees. Then what grade A, what is grade B? That is a difference.
Hmm.
And that is the, see, there are corporates also are not stupid to just keep indulging in, you know, fights with farmers. They also want to run their business. Okay. The fights will come if corporates can gain something from it. Okay. And
Hmm.
what will they gain? They can take, we will take the crops
Land.
and will not pay the farmer. That's what they will want maximum. Land though is not
No,
allowed as per the law. There is a
as per the
provision.
law,
They
there is,
are,
so there are also concerns by many farmers that these corporates will take away their lands.
so don't sell to corporates. If you have concern, don't sell to corporates. Nobody is forcing you. In
Yeah, so
fact, see what is. Hmm.
in this system they have the option to not to sell the venom, but in the current system, with the previous system, sorry, the previous system, they don't have that option. They have to sell it into
Exactly,
the market
exactly.
itself. That
And
is the big problem. Yes.
secondly, don't think these farmers are very juvenile and they don't understand. Farmers are very smart business people. What they will
Yeah,
do
I
is
mean,
they will come together. No, no,
what
no.
you are referring to is, I understand. I mean, there are all kinds of people, and probably you are referring to the Fortuner farmers, which
No,
we
no, not
discussed
for
in the.
Fortuner farmers are, they are corrupt. But, but,
Uh,
but normal farmers, because they have to live every day, survival is at stake. So what they will do, and this happened earlier also, they will form a group and they will become that company which procures this produce, and they will sell to the companies. So this
hmm.
is what will happen, and they will also create. See, now what has happened is now farmers can come together and make that company which buys all the potatoes and sells it. They don't need these middlemen. They don't necessarily need to go to these middlemen to sell their um, particular crop. Let's say your
Hmm.
perishable crop is there. 10 farmers, like in Pune or outside Pune, there is a famous case study of one office complex which these farmers created by pooling in land. So
Office complex.
they created office complex. It's a very famous. I just don't forget Magarpatta. I think Magarpatta is. I think it's Magarpatta. One of this. It's a office complex. Walk to work. Walk. It's a fantastic concept which farmers pooled their land and created this. Farmers are very smart businessmen because they do business every day. These most of the people, fortuner farmers are not businessmen. They are good at corruption.
Hmm.
Farmers, because they do business every day, their life is online. So they know this business. So what they will do, now they were not able to do many things. Now these farmers will come together, the good ones, and
Hmm.
every village there is mechanism to know who is the good one, who is the genuine person. So that genuine person will become or set up that, let's say, cooperative company, or a one person company, or some sort of corporate or semi corporate entity.
Hmm.
Okay, and that entity will take up all this produce. That will we will give you 10 tons of potato or whatever grade A. And how they will get this 10 tons? They will produce 15 tons, okay, amongst
Hmm.
themselves. And they will sort it. They will say कि ये 5 ton is not grade A. We know this. Send it to the normal mandi. This grade A, we send it to this corporate and we'll get the money. And the
Hmm.
second level of advantage which these farmers will create is that they might process it themselves. See, grade B also is not that bad. Okay, so you may not get the Lay's chips from grade B, but you will get, let's say, some other thing from grade B, potato, which is good, and farmers know this. Okay, these
Hmm.
traders don't know कि what can we do of this potato. So जैसे कि नहीं पोटैटो का ना वो सल्ली बनता है. You know what
Hmm.
is सल्ली, right?
No, you're talking about those, uh, what is it called? French fries kind of thing?
हाँ, फ्रेंच
Salvi?
फ्राइज, सेव जैसा, लाइक पोटैटो सेव.
हाँ, okay, हाँ, 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 हाँ.
तो पोटैटो सेव बनाएंगे इसका, एंड दे विल मेक
Hmm.
इट, एंड देन दे विल सेल इट एज अ ब्रांड, एंड दे माइट बिकम द नेक्स्ट Pringles, or I don't know, Cadbury's of India.
Hmm.
This is the opportunity. Okay, now farmers have the enterprise with them. They can do this and negotiate and set up that ability to negotiate with the corporates. Why are you assuming that farmers don't know anything?
Yeah, because when we think about farmers, usual picture which comes to anyone's mind is that helpless kind of farmer who is.
Farmer is helpless because he has to sell to one person. But it's like dealing with one single person because there is a nexus between all middlemen who are connected to politicians. So
Hmm.
they are constrained, and that's why they have no option. The cooperative banks are controlled by these people. See, in rural India, the most scarce resource is capital. Okay, if
Hmm.
the people who have capital, they can control multiple institutions, including cooperative banks, agricultural cooperatives, including stores, including medical facilities, whatever, they have that capital which is scarce. They control all the tractors. Then what will you do when you need the tractor? You will not get it.
Right.
So you have the contract, you have everything, but you can't do. So that nexus had to
So
be broken.
if you want to get a tractor by taking a loan, the banks are also handled by them. So
Yes. So you break that nexus, and that even that nexus is not completely broken. That's my problem. So when companies will come in, companies don't want their farmer to suffer because see, companies, there are two types of companies. One who are leeching the farmer, but there are other companies who are ready to nurture this farmer as a their own supplier. So if you see,
there
in
are many startups which are doing that. Yeah.
startups also, but if you go to Ford, or if you go to Toyota doesn't squeeze their suppliers. They nurture them, they train them, they give them expertise, they give them technology. They say you use this technology, we will do R&D, you use this. Why? Because that means Toyota will get better quality products. That's how they
Correct.
are thinking. So corporates are not all bad. When you say corporates means you're only thinking of Adani and things like that. It's not like that.
Hmm.
Even Adani and Ambani and all these corporates, they will need to nurture your suppliers. That's the principle which Japan has taught us so well. And why India is an automobile hub? Because you're nurturing your suppliers. So when companies start nurturing the farmers, who will be the loser? The middlemen, the cooperative bank, because companies will give the capital. They are not capital scarce.
Hmm.
Companies will bring the money.
Hmm.
That is the problem. And this whole ecosystem which extracted money and rent from these people who least deserve this. And they have the least load, they have the least capacity to bear this extra cost of this corruption. The cost is saddled onto farmer. So this will go away. And that is the big problem for fortuner farmers who are the capitalists, who own the capital in this uh, capital scarce region.
Right.
So even now, let's say if you want to give the farmers liberty that they can sell their sugarcane to any sugar mill. See how improved the realizations become, and see how good quality sugar will come to you, how different sugar products come to you. But you don't allow that innovation because you scuttle it everywhere. So this is the
Also,
problem.
what comes to my mind is the literacy level. Forget about education. The literacy level is not so good, uh, especially in the rural regions of India. So that may be a major block for such reforms. So
If
how
you
will
see
it
how
solve that?
many people use TikTok in rural India, you will be surprised. Literacy level is all high. There is no problem. Literacy level means you will ask them questions in English, like Barkha Dutt tries to do, or your Shashi Tharoor or these guys, and they go and try to ask. During the election, they went in a van. This um Pranav Roy and few of his friends, and they
Hmm.
tried to ask rural Indians, ki, what do they think about different issues, and they couldn't communicate with them because they are not literate, English literate. They are real literate. They know how to manage their business. They are surviving here. They are not. Farmers are not stupid. Okay, farmers have lot of sense. They have lot of business acumen, but they are restricted. And these laws are breaking some of the restrictions. I am telling them to break all the restrictions. Let them have all the access to credit. Let them have all the access. Now, if farmers want to make a company, what is the procedure for that? There is no commensurate. There is one person company in Companies Act. Okay, but if you go and start filing the returns on that, farmer will die if he
Yes.
sets up a one person company or something like that. So you need to have that brain and say the farm cooperative or farm company. And farm company can be a partnership. Partnership means you have to have a CA. You have to file. Make it so that
Simpler.
yeah, no, make it completely digital. Saying ki farmers company, everything will be digital. So then they don't need to file anything. If it's cash, then you need to file, go through CA, all this, do all the lengthy processing.
Go to Babu's also.
If you are digital, 100% digital, you will not have to file anything. Automatic file. So you create a company online. You mobile पे जाओ इसको like company to make you create some officers or give this contract to some people. जैसे आधार वगैरह इसमें किया था, they set up the company for you. This is the company, all these people are the members. You understand that, keep it, and then start operating it digitally. So all the money transactions will be digital. So if it is 100% digital, no need to file anything. The company with whom you contract, they will send you money digitally meaning electronically. You can send on phone or check or whatever, but entire transaction is through digital means.
But
Bhim
that
app से
That must have, because this will require a lot of IT infrastructure.
I'm saying ki, give them an
Think about,
option.
huh.
Some such, this is one option. Who can use this digitally? They can create a, there are many people who are wasting their talent on TikTok. They will start creating digital companies for farmers. You know, if you can create TikTok video, you can definitely create a digital company, which it should be that simple.
Right.
So there are, and then this company can take the loan. This company can actually pull in, create a set up a manufacturing process. कि तुम्हारा like potato becomes potato chips, or not chips, but like what you can say, save, potato save, potato becomes potato popper, whatever can be processed. And farmers know how to maximize the use. Okay, companies waste a lot of product. Companies will buy 10 tons of potato, and they will make 80 tons of, 100 tons of potato they will buy, and they will make 80 tons of chips, and 20 tons will be the waste. फार्मर्स विल से कि तुम 100 टन्स का पोटैटो रहेगा तो उसमें से 80 टन्स का चिप निकलेगा, 20 इसका 10 टन्स का सम अदर थिंग निकलेगा, 5 टन्स का
Yeah,
समथिंग एल्स
yeah.
will, and 1 ton will go waste. So they are very enterprising. You let them explore that. Why are you giving that up? And farmers ka realization per ton because of this whole process will become quadrupled. And consumer level, you will like, now at this point farmer is getting 10 rupees. Okay, you are paying 50 rupees for the same product. So if farmer gets 20 rupees and you are paying 25 rupees, you are happy, right?
Right.
Your inflation has come down by half, and
Yeah, getting your
farmers
point.
income has gone up by 150. Yeah, not 150%, but 100% definitely.
And what I personally feel is, I don't know why this issue is getting dragged so much. It must be debated in the parliament through whatever parliamentary means there are already established. Nothing new is required, and get the thing sorted. I think, right, Rahul sir? That's the only thing
Exactly,
required.
exactly. That is the best thing to do. Members can bring in, through the parliamentary process, they can propose an amendment bill and give a list of amendment into the parliament. Amendment bill can be sent up by anyone. You can debate on that. It's not like ki the bill which is passed only that has to be debated. You can say ki I want an amendment bill on this where there are 5 amendments, and then let them debate. So there are avenues available to debate in the parliament. Use them. And one more thing government can do is communicate. This government doesn't communicate. Even if its life depended on it, it cannot communicate properly. It either fights.
This government is good at advertising, but not communicating what is doing.
Huh. No, and you have to sit down with the farmers and explain, not talk them through the reform. You have to explain how to take advantage of this, what can be done. So, and you have to not just say things that are not in the bill. You have to, help communicate this process. This communication is two-way process. You can't simply go and say ki, these are the 5 benefits. You have to tell me na, how to get those benefits. Communicate.
And exactly, these people are not properly communicating, and that's why miscommunication is more.
Miscommunication
And
is more.
that's the
And opposition is the master of miscommunication. Meaning, we have
uh,
seen that in CAA thing, where there is nothing in the law, then also they miscommunicated everything. So those are next level problems. So
yeah,
government,
we'll have another
so a
debate on that.
miscommunicating government and a miscommunicating and super miscommunicating opposition is our problem.
Okay, so please tweet us, guys, with whatever problems do you think is in the bill, and if you feel the same that it must be debated in the parliament and get the thing sorted out, do tag us and hit like whenever we share this episode, and follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.